Excuse me? Are you President LeBlanc?
Yes, I am.
Hi, I'd like to shake your hand. Okay, well,
what year are you?
I'm a first year, and actually, I kind of recognized you. Yeah. And I wanted to ask you questions because I am extremely passionate about climate justice, and I've been hearing a lot about the fossil fuel investments that the school is invested in.
Not really invested in particular.
Not really?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
We about 3% of our investments are in fossil fuel possible companies because we invest in tons of funds. But we're working on making that 3%. So even though it's only 3%, we're working on getting rid of that too.
Are you?
Yeah.
How?
By talking to the investment advisors and trying to figure out how to do funds that don't do that. I mean, the basic problem is if you're not buying individual stocks, and
right.
we're not.
Right.
Right. If we're buying individual stocks, I tell you we're not buying any fossil fuel stocks.
Right. Okay.
But we're buying funds.
Okay.
And the funds invest in whatever they want to invest in.
Okay.
Which could include some carbon.
Okay.
So we have a huge fraction of our endowment is actually in real estate.
Okay.
That's fossil free already.
Right.
But of the part that's left, we invest in funds.
Okay.
Of that, about 3% is invested in carbon companies.
Okay.
And so we're talking to our investment advisors who actually do the investing for us about, I mean, basically we're 97% carbon free now. Okay. We're getting no credit for it. Everybody's hammering us as if all we own is coal.
Yeah.
We're 97% carbon free now.
Right.
So what I'm working with the board on is developing a statement of principle by the end of the year that we could announce to the community that would explain where we are and where we hope to be over the next 5-10 years.
Okay.
So we're making a lot of progress on it, but I haven't wanted to be very outspoken about it because I don't want to promise in advance of delivery.
Right.
But I hope by the end of the semester to have a statement that people realize. And first of all, students come in and they say, well, look at what Georgetown said. All Georgetown said was, we're not going to buy individual carbon stocks.
Right.
We haven't bought individual carbon stocks for 20 years.
Right.
If I told you that, you'd go home feeling good, but it wouldn't mean anything. Right? What you really want is to not invest in carbon companies.
Exactly.
Right? So I'm trying to work on a statement that is not only true, it's not going to lie, but it's also meaningful.
Okay.
I could do a statement that says, in principle, I agree with you, and we're not going to buy any stocks in carbon companies, and everybody will walk away feeling good, but it wouldn't change anything. I'd still own funds of funds, and I'd still have 3% endowment in fossil fuels.
Right. That's valid. And then I also have questions about the RSC.
Because RSC.
I've been the Regulatory Studies Center. I've been hearing a lot about that.
Yeah, so have I.
And yes, and the fact that
boy, those are loud.
Yeah.
You can stand that.
I know, young years.
Yeah.
But I've been hearing a lot about that, the fact that it's funded by Coke and Exxon, and that is extremely concerning to a large
And I understand that too. It was a legitimately founded academic organization here on campus.
Okay.
I can't shut down everything you disagree with.
Yeah, of course,
I'm not crazy about the Koch brothers.
Right.
I'm not crazy about the Exxon funding.
Right.
There is at some point an academic freedom line I don't cross.
Right.
And if I got faculty who say, I actually disagree with you on this, I think climate change is fake, and I'm gonna make my case. Here at GW, you get to make your case and people get to listen to it and agree with it or disagree with it and make another case. So, you know, there's statistics like the Regulatory Center agrees with some position, 95% of the time. Well, that's the people who chose to work in the Regulatory Center. Okay. Frankly, if I had a center in favor of total divestment, I'd expect the people in the center to write papers about why you should divest. They're not going to hire somebody who's going to write a paper about why you shouldn't divest.
Right.
So I hear the people who are concerned about it, but from everything I know about it so far, this is a pure academic free speech. I can't shut down.
Right.
I don't know if you've been watching the impeachment.
I have.
One of the very prominent spokespeople there is Jonathan Turley. He's in our law school.
Okay.
Whether you like him or not, he's a legitimate law professor, and he has made certain arguments about the impeachment that a lot of people disagree with. They say, you got to fire Jonathan Turley. Well, I don't have a university anymore.
Right.
So I appreciate your concern about it, but this is an example where I'm not shutting down every voice that the students disagree with. And by the way, it's got nothing to do with my personal opinion one way or the other. Otherwise, I'd be firing Jonathan Turley, I'd be shutting this down, and we'd all be in our own little happy bubble, and students wouldn't be exposed to multiple views. And by the way, there's some students who may disagree with you, and they're going to sit there and go, wait a minute, how come our view's like that?
So what if the majority of students were to agree?
Doesn't matter. What if the majority of the students agreed to shoot all the black people here? Do I say, oh, well, the majority voted? No. In this country, we have rights. One of the rights is free speech and academic freedom.
Okay.
And I have to defend that. And on the regulatory center, and again, I'm talking about what I know so far.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's something came out and it turned out there was something really bad going on there that doesn't fit within this, all bets are off.
Okay.
But with what I know so far, there's a properly constituted academic unit where the faculty in that group actually are in agreement with certain things about regulation. You can be in favor of regulation or against regulation without necessarily saying I'm in favor of these regulations, I'm against those regulations. So the fact that they happen to agree with positions that the Koch brothers or Exxon or anybody else might have, that's presumably the people who are attracted to the center. Just like in the university, generally our faculty tend to be more liberal than the average Iowa farmer, because that's the kind of person who wants to live in DC and teach at a university.
That's true.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'd like to thank you for your time.
Hey.